Hello everyone, so the most expensive piece of this upgrade puzzle that I've been doing for the last few days of upgrading my R1250GS Adventure is what I'll be showing you today, and that is the Sargent front and back seats with a backrest, and these seats are with the integrated heat. So Sargent sells motorcycle seats. If any one of you don't know, they sell custom motorcycle seats, and you do have the option to have an external heat source that you will have to connect to the battery, or the integrated heat, which in my case I took since I already have heated OEM seats. So once I remove them, it will be easy plug and play for me to install them and use them. As many of you who have been following me for a while know that I've been debating for a while to change my OEM seat. Since I got the regular seat, it was a bit high for me, or I wasn't comfortable with the seating position. Before I head out and go to my big adventure trip in July, I wanted to upgrade my seat, so I ended up going with the Sargent Seat. So without further ado, let's go ahead with the installation. Once I'm done with the installation, I'll tell you the big numbers, and then you decide if it's worth it or not. We'll also go for a quick ride to test the seat out. So let's go ahead and start with the installation. What I'm installing or showing you today are the custom low seat. This is the front one. It comes in a very nice packaging and a lot of instructions on how to maintain and take care of your seats. This is the rider front low seat, which is this. It also comes with a very nice, I would say a nice storage box here, and with a torch light. And if you see here, it says I went with the World Sports Performance seat. So that's what I have for both my front and rear and the backrest. Here is the backrest. I just wanted to show it to you before I install it. It will use the same OEM screws, just additional 2 washers that go below it to balance it out. So first thing we'll do is remove the OEM seats, and then we'll install the other one. Should be a pretty quick thing to install them. If you have the OEM seat with the integrated heat, make sure you're careful about it, since this wire for the integrated heat is typically attached here. So I've already removed it, so just be careful and mindful. You have the tools here. These tools can be probably put into the new Sargent seat, as they do have the space to store them. So for reference, I'll show you, here is the OEM rear seat, and on my left, which I'm shaking here, this is the Sargent rear seat with the integrated heat. That's how it comes. So the OEM one, has the tools at the back. The Sargent has this space at the back here where you can store your tools. Has also the button for the heated seats to turn it on and off. So you should be pretty good, with that. In terms of how it looks, left to right for the width, you can probably make it out. On the right here, this is the OEM seat, and on my left here, this is the Sargent seat. So let me take off the front rider seat as well and show it to you, comparing it to the Sargent. So this is the front integrated wiring from the OEM seat, and this is the OEM one out. I'll show it to you in comparison how it is with the Sargent. So on my right here, this is the OEM BMW seat. On my left here, you see the Sargent brand is on it, and this is the Sargent seat. Here it is from the front. Both the seats are here. The heated seat wiring is here, and it's all connected. Let's go ahead and connect it quickly. Just for anyone who's looking at it, I've also installed a lowering kit from Wonderlich in the past, which are these 2 rubber grommets here, and they do act. My seat is in the lower position here. The good thing is Sargent does give you a bit long wiring comparing to the OEM one, so you do have the option if you want to stretch it or work while the seat is still connected. Before I install the Sargent rear seat, I need to install the rear backrest. To install the rear backrest is pretty quick. All you need to do is remove 1 and 2 of these OEM screws, and then screw the other ones in. So I'll just quickly do that. Sargent does provide you with an Allen key just in case you don't have it to remove the seat. So it shouldn't be a problem in doing that. So I've removed both these screws now from here. I've just beefed them here, and I've got the rear backrest. Quickly unscrew this so I can remove it and install later. So that's a good thing about this backrest. It comes out from the point just with the 2 unscrewing of the screws. So they've provided 4 of these washers to be placed, even though they say that you can only place 1 washer, but let's try and see if one is good or do I need both. So the bracket is installed. I've tightened the bolts up. This is the front one. What we'll do is we'll install the rear seat now first before we install the backrest pad. To install the rear seat first, you will install the back side. So you pull a little bit of the bracket, insert the seat in here, and then push it down into the clip till you hear the click. And this is how it looks. So this is the front, this is the rear one. Now quickly just install the backrest. And here is the final look. It looks beautiful. I'll just give you a quick closer look of this before we go ahead and ride. So here is a closer look of the seat. This is how it looks. This is the backrest. And the rear passenger seat in case you have one. It's time to quickly go, get ready, and enjoy some ride.
So riding for the first time on the new Sargent Seat that I got, the big question I'm sure everyone has is how much did I spend on this seat? And I spent 1,700 Canadian dollars. So 1,500 Canadian dollars was the seat, costed me from there to here, and $200 Canadian FedEx charged me to ship, the custom and other taxes and other duties. Thank you. So we're paying, like I said, $1,700. Now for my first impression after riding 5 minutes on the seat is the backrest is definitely great, pretty good. The low seat, to be honest with you, I cannot make out much difference, so I'm still struggling and confused about it. I see the comfort is there. The seat is definitely wider than the OEM stock BMW seat. My biggest thing or trying to figure out right now is the low seat actually a low seat in terms of my the length issues that I had, because I have tried the OEM low seat before and that is pretty low, or actually that's what I felt at that particular time, that the seat was low and my position was much different than what it is now. But riding this one is, like I said, I'm still confused and trying to figure out. So I'll ride and see how it goes. I have my rider seat in the front in low position and in the back high position. When I had both the front and back in low position, for some reason I couldn't clip the seat properly, or it wasn't clipping in. I tried, spent about like 30 minutes struggling, trying to clip in properly. It wasn't. If I just clipped in regularly, it would just wiggle left and right. So previously, when I had my OEM seat, I had the front in the low position and the back in the high position. So definitely, like I said, a different feeling. But the backrest is a great addition, but the backrest is pretty cheap comparing to the whole seat. So my biggest debate right now is, how comfortable I am on the seat. And I'm pretty comfortable, except, like I said, the length or my feet are still touching the ground the same way. I should have gotten 1 inch of more clearance, or maybe I have gotten that, I'm just not feeling it. But for now, like I said, it's a different feeling, definitely. I'll keep riding it more throughout the day, and then come to a conclusion and let you all know. For now, I don't know if I'm trying to absorb the $1,700 I've paid for the seat. Let me know if any one of you has used the Sargent Seat before, and what are your thoughts on it. I have a feeling I might be keeping it, because to be honest with you, I think once the break-in period crosses, I like the backrest. I like the seat, that it's pretty flat and much wider. So definitely on the trip, it will be more comforting once it breaks in. The only thing is, I guess I have to figure out, how to fix that issue with the seat being in the low position and still wiggling around. But thank you so much for watching this video, everyone. Feel free to let me know in the comments below if you've used before a Sargent Seat, and what are your thoughts about it. Till next time, ride safe, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.